You're listening to the Evil Metal Gamers podcast.
Welcome, guys, to another episode of Evil Metal Gamers podcast. Today is November 12th, 2018, and this is episode number 54. My name is Jose Roldan.
Frank Berna.
And you're listening to the Evil Metal Gamers podcast, where you hear all your geek news.
All week. Every week.
See? All week, every week.
When there's not a bomb threat.
Hey, man, shut the hell up.
Dude, that was serious.
Yeah, okay. You see, now I have to explain myself what bomb threat. It was a bomb threat in Fort Lauderdale Airport, but it turned out to be nothing.
Good.
Yeah, it was good. It was nothing, thank God. Turned out it was just one of the voting machines from Broward County. Hey-o!
I'm sorry, that's funny. Oh, man.
People listening to this are like, wait, they're from Broward County? Yep. Once again, Florida fucks up the votes.
It is what it is, man.
Wah, wah, wah.
Before we get into all the laughs and shenanigans and everything, today, November 12th, we lost the icon.
The man.
In Stan Lee. He passed away at the ripe old age of 95.
95.
It's really...
It hurts, but it was coming.
It hurts a lot. I mean, it was coming. He's old, but it's just... He had such an impact on my life in particular. I mean, I know everybody who's listening to the podcast who's in just the spectrum of nerd. It only became cool to be a nerd, what, like 10 years ago, give or take?
10 years ago? What are you talking about?
What, to fully come out and be like, yeah, I like comic books and I like video games and not get,
late
harassed
90s.
or made fun of?
I think late 90s.
Get the fuck out of here.
Bro, nobody picked on me. And
you weren't even in high school anymore.
In the late 90s? Yes, sir. I graduated in 98. Nobody picked on me. I don't know what school you went to that was against nerds and geeks.
Okay.
My school, it was okay.
There was like 5 people at your school on that island of yours.
An island that's overpopulated, that has more people than Virginia.
But no, he really brought the ideas out. He was somebody who thought differently. He was the guy who looked at DC and didn't like what DC was doing. He wanted to create something new, something original, and he did. He did it more times than we can imagine. There's so many creations that he did, and he gave this idea that it's awesome to think differently. It's awesome to be different and to embrace our differences.
There,
be it the X-Men or Fantastic Four, the Hulk, Captain America, Thor, Iron Man. And I mean, he dealt with real world problems. I mean, when did it come out that Tony Stark had a drinking problem in a comic book? You know what I mean?
I thought he was a sex addict. I think that's what it was.
Regardless of whatever kind of entity was troubling him, he put it into writing for kids nonetheless.
Well,
but to see that people have issues and demons that are bigger than Black Widow, that are bigger than Doc Ock, and I don't know, I can't even think of or Red Skull. That we have our own internal demons. Everybody does, and just the fact that we have characters like Magneto and Professor Xavier that stood at the height of the civil rights movement as a Malcolm X, Martin Luther King. It's insane what he was able to do, and it sucks that we lost somebody to that degree. But like we said, it wasn't something that we didn't see coming. It wasn't.
I predicted it. I think in about
out of the blue.
15 episodes ago, I said it. This is the year Stan Lee dies.
What a dick!
You remember that?
What a
I
dick.
said that too.
Yes.
I do it. Nobody makes it to 96. It's sad, but I mean, I think he'll live on more than ever now.
Oh, absolutely. He, like I said, he's not a icon. He's the icon.
He is.
I mean, I can't tell you who created Batman or Superman.
Me neither. I wouldn't be able to tell you, but everybody knows Stan Lee.
Yeah.
And he did that Alfred Hitchcock shit on all the movies, where he just shows up and that. I didn't know that Alfred Hitchcock did it. I knew Stephen King's did it. Did you know that?
He was in his films?
Yeah, Stephen King shows up in all his films.
I know that.
I don't know if he's doing it anymore, but he would always appear. And so then when Stan Lee started doing it, I thought it was great because there's so many Marvel movies.
And he was in them all.
He was in them all.
I mean, he was even in the bad ones.
Yeah, he was. I remember Stan Lee's been in everything. He's been in The Simpsons. He was in Mallrats. Did you ever see Mallrats?
Yeah, that was great. Yeah.
Did you see him in The
Mallrats.
Simpsons? Well, he tried to make. They made him look senile, and then he grabbed the Hulk and he tried to get it into the Batmobile, and the comic book guy was like, "I don't think that car is for the Hulk. I'll make it work," and he just smashes through the Batmobile and breaks it. Oh my God. Rest in peace, buddy.
Yep. See you soon.
Be there with your wife. I know you probably miss her a lot.
So what do you want to talk about?
I don't know. I wasn't prepared for this.
When are we ever prepared for this?
Well, one thing, getting the Overwatch thing out of the way, it's upsetting, but maybe it's necessary. Where we have to re-download. I don't know for console. Is it like that for console too?
I don't know. From what I read, it was on PC. That was a Kotaku report, right? Yeah.
Well, it's Kotaku true because I got the information on my Battle.net.
So Kotaku, for at least for me, they sent out a press release saying that all Overwatch players have to reinstall their game based off of the release of Ash, and I'm guessing a new map?
But it doesn't make sense because this is the first time that a new character shows up and a new map shows up. This is not new. This has been done plenty of times. When Brigitte came out, it was done when Sombra came out, it was done when... Oh God, there's 2 more characters after that. So the fact that they're redoing this for Ash makes me wonder what the fuck is... What are they adding?
It could be that they're redoing the game. They're fixing the game.
I mean, it better be like a crazy improvement. I mean, I
don't think so much crazy. It's one of those things where you don't notice it essentially, but if somebody was to go back and strip it down to like a vanilla aspect, and then you see what the game is now.
Yeah, no, you're right.
You would see substantial differences, but because it's going to be subtle, I don't think it's going to be that much. I was trying to come up with an instance in which a game would do that. The only thing that to me would be World of Warcraft, but you have to install a brand new expansion into the game.
What do you mean? Like,
does that make sense?
I guess, but that's still Blizzard. I can't think of any other game that's ever done that. I think Diablo did it once when they got rid of the auction house, or they fixed it. But other than that, I've never seen a game.
It might be something involving the loot crates. Maybe they're fixing the loot crate system. Maybe they're
obviously keeping it hush.
There's got to be something to it. It is what it is. Well, there's always data miners out there, people who go in and try to figure out what is what.
Bro,
my hat goes off to them.
Listen,
they're doing the Lord's work.
Listen,
because go ahead.
Sorry, I've never had a download where it tells me that I have to download it in advance for patch day. An update for the game is downloading right in advance for patch day. So that's pretty much, them telling you, download it now. Don't wait for the day of the release, and then you won't be able to play. What the fuck? That has to be ginormous.
I mean, it is. It's one of those. Listen, I may not like Overwatch, but Blizzard is a pretty solid company. Outside of that atrocity that they did last week and a half ago,
making deals with China. That's against
deal with the devil.
Exactly, deal with the devil. I mean, they already made a deal with the devil by joining Activision, which is the next story you were going to talk about.
So even Activision says it's not happy with its sales of Destiny 2.
Oh, there's more. There's a lot more about Activision, but yeah, go ahead.
And then there's this, and this is a quote once again coming from Kotaku, that the sales for Destiny 2 Forsaken have not lived up to Activision's expectations. The publisher said today on its earnings calls is promising investors a faster content model and new forms of monetization for the game. The fact they're trying to squeeze out more money out of this godforsaken game is an example of what is wrong with the industry.
Yep.
You hate it. I bring it up all the goddamn time.
Listen.
Grand Theft Auto 5.
Oh, God.
Hey, you could say, oh, God, you want. I've never felt this way. I've never felt just dirty reading about what a company is doing to try to make money off me. Never read that from Rockstar.
No, but I mean, they get their bad publicity too.
Not from money. Not for trying to make money.
No.
That's my point. There's, I don't know, but there's not a ring of child pornography going through the server of Rockstar's,
No, they just have
engineering department.
Activision is the opposite. Activision is, they put two guys working on Call of Duty, and then they try to make as much money off of the loot boxes. And
so, go ahead, bring on that topic.
Yeah, they avoid it. To me, it's avoided. They don't say that, but the first 3 weeks or 2 weeks, there was no loot boxes on Call of Duty Black Ops 3. All of a sudden, they're there now. And to me, that seems to be you avoiding the reviews with the loot boxes. And I looked at a lot of articles, and people are pissed at these loot boxes.
Pay to win. That's everything that people have been saying. They are literally pay to win perks.
And now they're trying to implement that into Destiny. To the point where they're using free Destiny as bait. We'll give you the game for free. You grab it, and then that's where they got you.
But that's also, I would never get mad at a free-to-play game that wants to make money. That's fine. It doesn't bother me. The fact that you have to pay for that game, though, is nonsense.
Well, the game is free, but none of the DLC is free. None of it.
That's what I'm saying. The Forsaken thing, that's DLC, man.
It's $30, I think.
And then you're going to try to nickel and dime me on top of that. Kiss my ass.
I don't even know why there's a part 2. Part 1 wasn't that successful. I don't think they made it. You know that Destiny is the most expensive game ever made, right?
Something like that, yeah.
It's
straight trash.
The biggest production, I think it is, or something like that, ever in a video game. And it of course it's not going to make the amount that it's supposed to make. Didn't they fucking... I swear to God, didn't they hire that Beatles guy to write the songs? Or compose it? Am I wrong?
I don't know.
What's his name?
Which one, McCartney or Ringo?
McCartney. That Gringo. Nobody cares about Gringo.
Not Gringo, Ringo.
Ringo, sorry. Nobody cares about
Jesus.
Ringo. They only care about... But I think they hired him to write a song. They just blew money like crazy on Destiny. They took a gamble because they thought it was going to be a Halo. But it wasn't.
They thought it was going to be Halo. And they took Halo and they
But it wasn't even
had it have sex with what was that game? Borderlands.
But I mean, it wasn't even an open world. You couldn't go anywhere you wanted on Destiny. You couldn't.
And I remember one of the things where like you can kill a level 1 character and get extremely rare loot. So people would just like sit outside and just mine the very basic stuff.
Yeah, and then they get all the loot, and then they changed that, and it was a disaster. I mean, it's pretty.
And it had Peter Dinklage.
And then they got rid of him. Did you believe that shit? When the DLC came out, they remade the game again without him. I don't know. And then this Call of Duty shit. Activision is just like... I can't believe that Blizzard and Activision are like the same. Because Blizzard takes care of the player, without counting this last... This shit that just happened with Diablo Immortal, it seems like an Activision thing.
Yeah.
More than Blizzard. And
I can get on board with that.
It's a PR nightmare, man. I don't even know how they dug themselves so deep in that hole that I don't know. Blizzard has to do something. I mean, I don't know what, but do something. I'm going to be honest with you, Frank. If Diablo Immortals, this is what I would have done if I worked for Blizzard. Instead of doing a Diablo 3 for Switch, you should have done Diablo Immortals for Switch and make it an exclusive. And people wouldn't have been pissed. They wouldn't have been pissed at all. Because even if they're PC gamers, I guarantee you most PC gamers have at least a Switch. They would have taken it as it's in the console or whatever, or this is an exclusive for the Switch. That is still okay, as opposed to, oh no, this is mobile. I don't know.
That's...
And
no, I agree.
Wouldn't it have been a better move?
Shit. Yeah, I mean, I have a Switch.
And
I totally would have gotten it.
And people would have said, oh, it's a new Diablo. It's like they would have said you can only find this on the Switch. I think that it would have been a way different vibe as opposed to when they said mobile. When you said mobile, I think that's where you fucked up.
You want to know what even pisses me off even more is when people are like, mobile shouldn't be a dirty word in the video game community. It is.
It is. It's no better than the Facebook games. Do you know? First, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
You know the reason pay to win exists is because of mobile. The reason we have those fucking loot boxes and shit is because of mobile. Mobile started it all. Candy Crush.
No, I remember, Jesus, back in the day, when I was on Facebook.
Oh yeah, they had them in those too.
But there was the
farmer one.
Not the farmer one. the other one, it was like you ran a restaurant.
Oh, yeah. I know. Kimberly played that game a lot. Yes, and then if you would lose or if you wanted to rush things up, you would pay.
Right.
They started this shit. And when they started making money, that's where the video game industry, because remember, I always say this, video game industry is a business. They don't care about your feelings. They don't care about anything. And I didn't think anything like that about Blizzard, but now Blizzard proved it to me even more, that at the end of the day, it's a business and they don't give two flying fucks about us. They care about making money. That is all. That's all they care about. Plain and simple.
You're not going to hear me disagree.
Yeah, they don't give a shit.
It's sad, you know, that the industry is of such things. It is though one of the reasons why a lot more hardcore gamers are going the indie route.
Yeah, it's true. But
because those are being made, you know, those are games that are being made for the love of the game, not to make $1 bajillion.
No, of course not. And I feel like the people like Rockstar, the people who work on the games, people in Blizzard who work on the games, the people at EA that work on the games. Yeah, I say EA because I'm talking about the people who work on the games. They really do care about the players. It's the companies that don't care. Do you think that when they made Star Wars Battlefront that they wanted to add fucking loot boxes? No. I can guarantee you that EA, not EA, but whatever the company was that made it, didn't want to do that. It was, I can guarantee you Disney didn't want that to happen. But EA wants to make money. That's all they care about. Is fucking money. And what are you gonna do if you're the director of the game and you're a programmer? You know, you have to do as you're told. They tell you to put that in there, you have to put it in there, even if you disagree with it.
No.
And that's what it sucks, is that at the end of the day, corporations are who are in charge. Anyway, what's the next news?
Speaking of evil corporations,
Umbrella. Oh, no?
I mean, they'd be godsend at this stage.
Oh, my God, yes.
No, cable is losing 1.1 million subscribers. Cable TV and satellite. 1.1 million people have gotten rid of either cable or their satellite subscription between the months of July and September.
This is bad.
Which is...
I'm telling you.
I mean,
there's going to be repercussions for this.
Yeah, I mean, it's where the money is, but, dude, I don't know, man.
No, you don't need it. I'm not saying... I want to do the same thing. It's the fact that Comcast, Time Warner, AT&T, they're going to figure out, wait a minute, we're losing people. And they're going to fucking figure out a way to fuck us in the internet. I'm telling you. They're going to put the prices up big time because of this.
Yes and no. I feel... Well, you brought up a good point earlier with the net neutrality. That's going to be the number one way that they can fuck with us.
Oh, yeah.
In that regard.
Slow down Netflix.
I don't think it's going to be slow down Netflix. I think anything that's going to try to come up is going to get fucked. I don't think slowing down Netflix is going to be a thing because Netflix makes way too much money.
Oh, yeah, that's
right.
They can pay.
Much money.
Exactly. They can pay.
Right. Exactly. I just look, right now, Hulu has an exclusive deal, I think, with college football, along with YouTube.
I love Hulu.
I think they both have, so those two are working together. The WWE, the wrestling, they have their own app that's called the WWE Network.
Disney's going to start streaming.
HBO Go.
Disney's going to start streaming.
Disney, everybody's going to the streaming service. You either step up or you fall behind.
But it's still Comcast. All the cable companies have the power of what to do.
But the thing is they have other outlets. Like, I don't know if you've seen the commercial for it. Comcast now does cell phones.
Yeah, but I mean, there's no other outlets for internet. Look at us here down in.
No. But they're still going to make their money. They're just not going to make it from cable. Like, I have the triple play, right? Which is, I have cable TV, I have internet, but they also are in charge of my home security system.
Yeah, they're still going to make money, but they're still going to bring the prices up to the internet. What do we have in what do you have in Miami-Dade? What are your options for internet? I could tell
AT&T,
exactly,
and Comcast.
What do we have at Broward? AT&T and Comcast. Palm Beach has Comcast and Verizon. What do you mean? I'm just saying they bring it up $100 more a month. You really have nowhere else to run. You have two options. The guy who charges you
until but something like Cricket Wireless or something comes out, there'll be another. Dude, let me tell you,
they will be. But for now, they have us by the balls.
No, they have us by the balls until somebody else sees it. That's how Walmart got into play, man.
And I agree with you, but for now, they can charge us. No, they're going to charge us whatever they want.
They can charge us whatever they want. You're right, but let me tell you, man, Amazon and Google, they have more power than you can ever imagine.
I really do hope that Google does it, but
Amazon and Google have more power than Xfinity will ever have.
They're such a, I don't know what. Xfinity owns owns Universal Studios, so they got money too.
We were whatever. No, we drove by down here in Miami by the what is that? The executive airport. Literally built right next door to the executive airport is the Amazon hub for Miami.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, and my girlfriend saw it today for the first time. I drive by it every day, but she saw it for the first time and she thought it was just like a building. And it's like the size of a football field. It's colossal.
Amazon's ridiculous.
It is. It's such a huge building, and like I said, it's right next door to the executive airport. So I'm guessing they're just chartering all their flights into the executive airport, at least if they're coming in from Miami, to just save time.
Bro, did you remember when the richest man alive was some Saudi Arabian prince who would take baths in oil?
Yeah.
And now the richest man in the world is Jeff Bezos. You know who that is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We're talking about Amazon. He's worth $112 billion.
Yep.
Bro, I mean, why is he doesn't even have to run Amazon. He can just like Bill Gates, you know? Bill Gates doesn't really run Microsoft anymore. Somebody else runs it. He just goes in and says hi once in a while.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Holy shit, man. Fucking Jeff Bezos. God damn, Amazon is huge. Holy shit. You know, the truth is, probably the richest man alive is probably a drug dealer. Some kingpin, like maybe fucking... what do you call it?
No, there could no.
A Mexican. What do you call it?
No, because even still, like you the industry, like you make millions upon millions of dollars, but you're not making in the billions.
How can we track that down? They have to keep it hush hush.
Just by sheer just by networks, just by concepts.
I mean, I guess you're right, but man, they own the police. They own. Sometimes I feel they're more powerful. I mean,
but it goes. Once again, we go back to the idea of the sweatshop. I mean, one of the reasons why the sweatshop operates is because those people literally can live off of dollars, literal dollars, because their country doesn't have the money. dude, you can go to any one of those countries in Latin and South America. They're all second and third world countries. Their money doesn't carry weight like that.
That's true. You're right. Look at that. We went from Amazon to drug cartels.
It's what does it mean to be the king of a third world country?
But I'll say this.
Go ahead.
If drugs became legal, the cartels would be the richest men in the world. I think so.
No.
Bro,
No,
drugs is... There's so much money in drugs.
But then, through that argument, you would be able to argue that Budweiser or Johnny Walker, those two guys would be the richest people. Or you would say that some prostitution house in Vegas in Nevada, because prostitution's illegal in Vegas.
Wait, prostitution is illegal or legal?
It's illegal in Las Vegas. It's legal in Nevada.
What the fuck?
You know that?
It's stupid is what it is. The Canadian ones are better. You know, the Canadian one is you're allowed to be a prostitute, but you're not allowed to pay for sex. Did you see that? How that's tricky?
Yeah. What is it? Damn it, I had it and I lost it.
Sorry.
But, it would be like the people who run the Bellagio would be the richest people in all of the world because they run gambling. It's not. I understand your argument, but it's a flawed argument.
It's true. No, maybe I'm wrong.
So.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, go.
Go. I don't have anything.
Well, I thought you had something important to say. So then we go from one bad conference to the next. We had EXO 2018.
What the fuck?
For those of you who don't know, it's Microsoft's big conference.
I didn't even know they had I didn't know they had a conference. I haven't even seen news. And I check the news every time, so obviously they didn't show anything good.
So according to Kotaku, this is everything you missed. First and foremost, Microsoft acquired Obsidian Entertainment and In Exile Entertainment.
Obsidian is who?
They helped co-create Fallout New Vegas.
Okay.
And In Exile, I believe, created The Bard's Tale.
Oh my god.
Crackdown 3 finally got a release.
Didn't they give Crackdown free for everybody?
Day after Valentine's Day 2019.
Oh my god.
PUBG's going to Xbox's Game Pass, whatever the hell that means.
I really thought that Microsoft was going to get some more legwork here when they came out with the Xbox, really, because they're the only ones that can play 4K Blu-rays. You can't do that with the PlayStation. They have super backwards compatibility, and they obviously have real 4K as opposed to PS4 that is checkerboard, which is not real 4K. It's just like a trick. And they still are behind. It's like, at the end of the day, it's true. It's all about your games.
I've said that from the beginning.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, PC doesn't have that many exclusives, and their graphics are even better. But the only reason the PC sells too is because you're also getting a PC. You know, you could do your homework, you could do your emails, you could put applications. You know, it's a whole different thing. But when it comes to console, it's very important to have exclusivities. It's very important.
Yeah.
And I just don't know what happened. Because when PS3 fell behind, they didn't give up.
I said it before. Well, we'll get into that. We'll get into that conversation. Let's keep going for this conference, if you want to call it that. They announced that Hellblade will get a physical edition.
Oh, really? That's an announcement? That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
That Winnie the Pooh is going to be in Kingdom Hearts 3.
Which they pretty much promoted the one for PlayStation also.
Sea of Thieves is getting new game mode.
Bro, I heard nobody's in Sea of Thieves.
State of Decay 2 is getting new gear.
Which is another garbage. God damn, they're failing. Go ahead.
They announced that there will be cats and pandas in Minecraft.
I don't even know what to do with that information. Makes me want to blow my head off.
Shadow of the Tomb Raider is getting new tomb challenges.
But so is the PlayStation. And the PC. What?
Forza Horizon's getting an expansion.
Okay.
The biggest news is that there's going to be 14 titles that will operate with the mouse and keyboard. DayZ, Warhammer Vermintide 2, Fortnite, Xmorph Defense, and several other titles are on this list to get a mouse and keyboard.
Okay, 80%.
And
go ahead.
Wait. I got the biggest announcement of this show. Are you ready? This one made me just want to punch a baby. They are going to get backwards compatibility for all 3 Final Fantasy 13 games.
What?
The worst Final Fantasy of all of them, they're getting backwards compatibility for them.
But wait a minute. Stop. Final Fantasy 13 was the only Final Fantasy that came out for Xbox.
All 13?
That was it.
13.
You can't get back.
And Lightning Returns.
It's a dumb announcement because you can't do backwards compatibility for the rest of the Final Fantasies because they were exclusive for PlayStation. Seriously, the only Final Fantasies that have ever come out for Microsoft was Final Fantasy 13, Final Fantasy 15. That's it. Because I don't think Microsoft has Final Fantasy 14. That was also an exclusive for PlayStation. The online one? So goddamn, I mean, why you even announce that?
Because it's Xbox.
No, but I mean, wow. Is this bad? I'm sure George is listening to this and going like, no, it's not bad. They'll make it.
It's bad.
It is
and now
bad.
The problem is, this is the problem.
What's the problem?
And I said it before, I'll say it again. I really think that Xbox is going to rush their next system to get ahead of the game, to be like, we got the new system, so we're going to win. And it's going to force Sony to release their system when their system's not ready. And it could end up being what I consider one of the worst times in video games was the Xbox 360, PlayStation 3 era. You know, you can give me the argument of we got online games and we got digital games and all this other nonsense, but the games as a whole, they weren't good.
No, they weren't really good. But I mean, how long was PlayStation 2 around? Wasn't it around for like 10 years?
But the PlayStation 2, it still had if you would have given, think about it, if you would have given the time for the PlayStation 3, the original PlayStation 3, and hell, even the Xbox 360, guaranteed the Xbox 360 wouldn't have had the dumbass bugs like the red ring of death or burning lines into your games. That could have been fixed before release. Just the overall games, when you look at the library of PlayStation 3 games versus what the Xbox 360 had, the library on PlayStation 3 was substantially better.
Wow.
Be it Uncharted, God of War 3, Heavy Rain, Heavenly Sword, Metal Gear Solid 4, The Last of Us. I mean,
Metal Gear Solid 3.
I mean, the titles go on and on and on and on and on why.
Was Metal Gear Solid 3 PlayStation?
That was PlayStation 2.
God damn, that's a good looking game for a PlayStation 2.
Yeah. Like I said, the list goes on and on about how, I mean, you had Infamous, you had great games on the PlayStation 2, on the PlayStation 3, where Xbox, you only really had Gears of War, Halo, and Forza.
I don't.
Oh, and you had Alan Wake.
I don't think it's like that anymore, though, because now PC is in the game in the works. So now when they make a game, they try to make it for your PC also. So yeah, I mean, I guess exclusivities is something different. But when it comes to other games, other AAA, it doesn't really matter. Doesn't matter what system comes out, because they're always going to try to make it for PC. And PC is about, right now, I want to say PC is about 10 years in front of the systems that we have right now. It is. It's about 10 years in technology. So I don't think this will matter for this, but it will affect the coming up with good ideas for what we have now for the systems. You're right. Exclusivities like God of War, or shit, man. I really need something for that God of War game. I miss it. I miss it big time. And then you got Spider-Man. God, there's a lot of, holy shit, there's a lot of exclusives.
Persona 5.
There's so many exclusives for PS4. It's like they don't stand a chance. Xbox, they just don't. It's crazy. I don't understand. It is crazy, really. I can't believe. I'm trying to think. 360 had what? The 3 Halos. No, I'm sorry. Just the one Halo.
Yeah.
Because Halo 2 was Xbox.
Well, it's the same game.
And then it had the Forza.
Well, no, you had ODST. You had Halo 3 ODST.
Forza.
Was it Halo 4?
It had all three.
Forza.
All three of the Gears of Wars. Those were good. That was
Alan Wake.
Alan Wake was really good. But I think that's it. But the thing is that when the 360 came out, everybody bought a 360. And it took a year for PS3 to come out afterwards. By then, everybody was already playing with each other, you know. And that sounded sexual. They were already online. They already had... Fuck, we got PlayStation 3 and then we didn't get trophies for another year. Or maybe 2 years afterwards. Right? By then, everybody had invested achievements on 360.
They had Crackdown.
But listen, they had invested so much on their achievements that it was like, why would I jump into PlayStation 3, you know? And then they put trophies, but I mean, it was too late. It was just... The reason people were getting PlayStation 3 is because the price went down and it had good exclusives like Uncharted. And forget about Heavenly Sword, because nobody was buying the system when it first came out. It's so really bad. But Uncharted helped. God, what was another exclusive for PlayStation 3? It'll come to me later, but I'm sure there's more. Yeah, you know, we were talking about bad exclusives. I forgot to mention that the 1800 game was a piece of shit too.
The 1886.
Yeah, that was bad. Anywho, what else you got?
I think that's it.
I thought we were going to talk about something. Oh my god, it wasn't Red Dead. It was something else. It was another game. Fuck. And I had it too in my mind when we were talking about it. And I forgot. Something we were going to bitch about. I forgot what it was.
That's all we did this week was bitch.
I'll tell you this. And I'll tell you this right now. I've been playing Red Dead. And without giving any spoilers, once again, they need to remake Metal Gear Solid 3 with today's engines. That's all I'm gonna say.
No, dude. After playing Shadow of the Tomb Raider, I completely agree with that statement. Like Jesus,
Even Red Dead. Trust me, you'll see something in Red Dead. Which I don't give spoilers. Which made me think of Metal Gear Solid 3. It's like we need a Metal Gear Solid 3 remade because Tomb Raider and Red Dead have now been making me want to play that game. And now you told me it came out for PlayStation 2? What the fuck?
Yep.
We need another Silent Hill 2. What the fuck?
It's Konami. I'm talking about evil empires.
They've let go of the gaming industry completely. They're just full blown fucking casino shit.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm Chapter 3, Red Dead Redemption 2.
Chapter 3.
And, yeah, I mean, it's...
I know you're venturing the world, but more things open up if you go with the story. If you venture too much, you won't see other... Because I call them the yellow spots and the white spots. The yellow spots is story related. The white spots are random.
Oh no, I keep coming up on all kinds of white spots. I ran into the guy who's the fisherman. I'll tell you what, man, that whole concept of the trapper, I've never played a game where customization has a whole nother level to it.
I agree.
Playing like some 30 hours into a game.
Bro, I'm wearing an outfit that I look like I was trying to go for the look of Jack the Ripper because you can get dressed like that. I'm trying to go for a look like that. You know, with a top hat and shit.
Yeah, no, I mean, dude,
there's a lot of shit in this game.
There's so much.
Do you know what I just discovered too? That if you don't have to look for the cards, which is what I was doing. I was trying to get cards. Do you know when you find cigarettes and you open them up, there's cards in there?
How do you open them?
You just take it.
And then what do you do?
You know, if there's a card,
what
you take the cigarette and there might be a card inside.
But how do you know?
You don't. That's why you're supposed to pick up all the cigarettes.
No, but how do you... Because I can't pick up any more cigarettes.
Exactly. Smoke them.
Oh. And when you smoke them, it has a card inside.
No. Smoke them, make space, and try to grab another... Normally, when you grab a box of cigarette, it'll say, you found a card.
Okay.
Because maybe it's some of the cards, some of the cigarettes might be open already, or maybe it's a brand new pack of cigarettes. But I've already done 3 times where I open up a box of cigarettes and 3 cards popped up. So, I mean, I knew it was going to be something like that because collecting fucking random cards all over that gigantic world is going to be a real pain in the ass. Yeah. The other thing is trying to get gold is really tough, but they've done it very easy where you can play back as a memory. And so you play that whole level again so you can get gold and then it'll continue back where you were. That I like. Sounded like Assassin's Creed. I don't know if you remember Assassin's Creed could do that. They were called memories.
Yeah. The game's huge. That whole tracker thing was nuts. That's the one thing that's...
There's a lot. The Trapper. There's a lot.
I want to get the... I want to get the one that has the rattlesnake on top. That's the one I want.
You got to find a rattlesnake, though. Do you know how hard it is to find these animals? For fuck's sake, there's one where you have to find a canary. That's a small bird. That's a very small fucking bird. Where the fuck am I going to find a goddamn canary? There is a lot, bro. There is. I mean, I'm excited just to that I could just keep finding shit and I kind of have a vibe of what's going on with the story. There's one more thing I was going to say about the game that it is. Damn it, the stories. for example, if you find a guy who you suck the poison out,
Right.
and you bump into it, and you bump into that person again, most of the time in video games, it's just a reoccurring of the same fucking quest, you know? So it's kind of stupid. But Red Dead, it's the same character that is in the same situation. So your character will point it out. Like, what the fuck? You again? Will you fucking end up with a snake bite again? And then he sucks the poison out of him and he goes like, this is the fucking last time I'm going to do this for you. So, I mean, you understand? It's like they still added that small detail so it doesn't feel like you're doing that same quest again. Instead, they're making that character the exact same character. And it's and you know when you help, have you helped prisoners escape?
No.
Like they're in the not.
I know what you're talking about. No, I don't.
Okay, well those guys, if you break their chains, they'll tell you tips of buildings or people that have money that you could rob them. So that's, you want to help those guys.
I was playing it. What was it? I was playing, and what is it? The O'Douls, the O'Dutches, or whatever.
Oh God, I hate them. They're the biggest douchebags.
They were breaking a guy out, and I killed all of them. And then the guy inside.
Oh yeah, I did that one.
Wagon,
he's like, I shot him.
He's like, oh, I killed him too.
Motherfuckers, they're evil, bro.
Oh, not just that. Did you do the Have you noticed how if you kill people close range with like a shotgun, they don't have a head anymore?
Yeah. And I get a special rifle that does that too. I've blown people's arms off. There's so much. Oh, there's this random event I was going by, and these two guys are trying to open a safe they stole, right? So I overheard them. It's like, yeah, man, we're gonna do this. We're gonna get all this money. Yeah. So I decided I was gonna go behind them and try to rob them as soon as they finish opening the safe box. So it's like, any minute now, we're gonna be the richest guys, right? And I'm getting close to them, and then it fucking blows up, and the two guys blow into pieces because they used dynamite to open the safe box, and they just fell into pieces. Like one body landed without me, and he had like no limbs. And then the safe box is open, you get it, and just leave like nothing. This game is crazy. It's crazy.
No, I know.
I cannot believe it. And fucking fuck you, Dutch. You goddamn douche. I hate him. Because I still think he's like a cult leader. You know, he manipulates these people. He's the equivalent of a cult leader. He tells you things you like. He uses guilt as a way of control. I mean, you're in chapter 3. You can still tell the way he talks, the way he manipulates people, the way he manipulates Arthur. And he just puts guilt on you. I notice that every time. The moment that people start questioning him, he uses guilt. And then people shut up and don't say anything. That's a fucking cult member, right? A cult leader right there. But I mean, it's Dutch. He gets them young too.
Such a great game. Such a great game.
Such a fucking great game. I reckon I got at least 2 more months of playing this game, especially since there's a trophy to get gold on all the missions.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, if you go after the platinum, I don't think I'm going after platinum. I think I'm just going to enjoy the game for what it is.
I don't know. I mean, if I want to get my money's worth on it.
I think, well, from what I hear, it has multiple endings. So.
I heard about that too. And I heard that they have a trophy like Fallout, where you have to play it as a bad guy and a good guy.
Well, that's what I expect to do on my second playthrough. I'm just going to be straight evil. Like, fuck everybody.
It's going to be awesome. There's one thing. Have you ran, like you're running and then you bump into somebody and you choke them accidentally? It's happened to me like 3 times. Like I'm running. Oh, I remember. You hit the triangle to jump on the horse, right? But if you're running towards the horse and there's a person walking by and you hit triangle, he'll choke the person. Yeah, I guess it's a flaw in the control, but he chokes him, and then all hell goes loose because there's witnesses, and then they call the cops and all this bullshit. So kiddies, do not run and try to jump on the horse in public.
Yeah.
All right, that's it.
That's it.
Alrighty, guys. Thank you for listening. If you want to get a hold of us, you can catch us at Evil Metal Gamers at Twitter. You can email us at evilmetalgamers@gmail.com. We have a website, Evil Metal Gamers, where you can hear all our recent, all of our podcasts, where you can also join on Apple and Google. Thank you so much, guys, and take care.
Love, peace, and more cowboys.